Remember these headlines from the media when President Trump was diagnosed with COVID and removed his mask outside on the White House balcony? Quote, epidemiologists just want to vomit.
Wow.
Doctors disturbed after Trump removed his mask at the White House. And this, after Donald Trump's deranged balcony address, we're all gasping together.
Well, the reaction was thankfully much different yesterday when President Biden released a video speaking maskless outside. Fox News contributor Lara Trump joins us now. Laura, just want to listen to a little bit more of that media reaction former President Trump received when he ditched the mask after returning from Walter Reed. Take a listen.
Our president being sick is a huge galvanizing point for this country.
In large part, it's his own dereliction is partly to blame for this.
I look at this as a drunk driver who injured himself in a wreck and killed the oncoming sober driver. Donald Trump has injured himself.
The treatment he's getting at taxpayer expense is privileged treatment. It angered me.
He didn't take the necessary precautions to protect himself or others.
Yeah, so yesterday, Karine Jean-Pierre received some light questioning about President Biden releasing this video where he didn't have a mask on despite him testing positive for COVID. And the press secretary said, well, you know, he was 6 feet away from the videographer. They were outside. The videographer was wearing a mask. So is the disparity there because we're at a different time in this disease, or is it because it's a different president?
Well, Carly, you're not suggesting that the media is somehow playing favorites with Joe Biden over Donald Trump, are you? Of course, that is exactly what's going on here. It's rather amazing, actually, to watch the difference in coverage of the exact same location, the balcony of the White House, where Donald Trump stood, took off his mask. Joe Biden is there maskless as well. It's almost a 180-degree change in coverage when you look at the way the media has handled this. But guys, this is exactly the reason, and you can add it to the growing list, that people in America have very, very low trust in the media at this point because they do pick and choose the way they cover things based on their own political affiliations. It's kind of interesting, though, because you see Joe Biden there, COVID positive, outside, no mask on. How many times have we seen him actually put his mask on to go outside when he doesn't have COVID? It's very confusing, I think, to Americans. But to go back to my father-in-law, you think back to October of 2020 when the Democrat-fueled fear-mongering was at a fever pitch for COVID in this country. They were terrifying people who likely would recover from COVID, that they had to completely change their lives, stay shut in. We know the negative impact that had, a cascading effect on our children, on our mental health, drug use, etc. To see Donald Trump come back from Walter Reed, stand out there on the balcony, again, away from people, the hysteria over him being maskless on a balcony outside, insane, but to reassure Americans that he was okay. And remember him saying you shouldn't let it dominate your life. Don't be so afraid of this virus. That was an important thing, I think, for Americans to hear. Of course, the media lambasted him for it, but he did what a president should do at that time and led the American people and took charge.
President Trump took the mask off to show people we're getting through this, and now here we are with President Biden.